Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today I have another video for you guys, and we're gonna be switching franchises. Now, we've seen videos where they cover Dragon Ball, we've seen videos where they cover the Naruto franchise, we've seen videos about Bleach, we've seen videos about Hunter x Hunter, and now I figured we should move on to the other big shonen franchise, and that being One Piece. And I figured what better way to start off than to watch a video about the Pirate King himself, Gold D. Roger. Now, this is from a YouTuber named Ohara. If you are a fan of One Piece YouTubers, you probably already know about him. So let's go ahead and just full screen this. I'm not going to waste any more of your time and just watch the video.
俺の財宝か欲しけりゃくれてやる
This man is worth 5,564,800,000 berries. How much is that, you ask? Well, given that one berry is pretty much the exact same as 1 yen, and 100 yen are about $1 American, that would make Gold D. Roger's head worth about $55.6 million. In other words, catching Roger would have bought you this nice little yacht, about 1,500 bitcoins, or 55 million pieces of okay tasting gum. Something, by the way, that sounds a lot like a Mr. Beast video.
This is a professional bounty hunter.
Now, unsurprisingly, it is by far the highest bounty we've seen in the story so far. And with the notable exceptions of Luffy and his father Dragon, there doesn't seem to be anyone out there right now who will ever be able to match it. As the first Pirate King and the only known captain to ever reach the end of the Grand Line, it is to be expected that Roger would have a high—
by the way, geez, I probably should have already said this. This video will contain spoilers for One Piece. So if you are not at all familiar with One Piece at all, probably best to leave the video. I mean, you probably already got spoiled on some things already. So just from now on, if you don't want any spoilers at all, click off the video, please. Let's continue.
high bounty.
俺を捕まえたいのならガープや戦国でも連れてこいお前らじゃ何も面白くねえ
But being a great adventurer and notorious pirate alone doesn't explain a bounty that in the One Piece world would basically make you royalty. The reason Gold Roger was so infamous and dangerous to the world government then lies within his character that tells us a lot about where Luffy's heading in the story as well. It's a story about freedom, about power, about camaraderie, about politics, history, and the most infamous treasure in the world, the One Piece itself. This is the story of the Pirate King himself, the story of Gold D. Roger.
俺の財宝か欲しけりゃくれてやる探せこの世のすべてをそこに置いてきた
Roger's character was inspired by two real pirates, Olivier Levasseur, I hope that's correct, and Henry Avery. Levasseur became known for tossing a cryptogram from his execution platform into the crowd, telling everyone that the hidden message on it would lead them to his gigantic treasure that to this day has not been found. Now, this of course directly parallels Roger's legendary speech at his execution,
探せ
but it also seems like a likely inspiration for the poneglyphs, stones written in a long-forgotten language that lead to the last island of the Grand Line, Laugh Tale, where the One Piece itself is hidden.
この4つが交差する中心に俺たちの目指す最後の島がある
The other pirate, Avery, on the other hand, became famous for being the richest pirate in the world, earning him the epithet King of the Pirates. And yet, despite having the highest bounty in history of around $700 in today's currency placed on his head, he vanished with the legendary treasure that he accumulated of his life in the Caribbean, which at that time used to be known as the New World.
Coincidence? I think not!
Avery was the inspiration for a new generation of notorious pirates, including Blackbeard, Bartholomew Roberts, Calcio Jack, Samuel Bellamy, and Edward Lowe, who all were children at the time. And I know what you're thinking now. Hey Ohara, this dude's nose looks exactly like a dong. Well, why do you think he became one of the most violent pirates of all time? Exactly, because of comments like that. Stop it.
ジロキちゃんも偉大だがロジャーもまた計り知れねえ
Roger's role within the story is extremely interesting in many ways. He quite literally is a legendary pirate in the sense that his tale is a story within the story. By doing so, Oda advances his own world building, introduces the inspiration for Luffy and many other characters, while at the same time drawing a number of parallels between the nested story of Roger and the main storyline of Luffy. Roger's character, right from the start, explains why so many people in this world are pirates, next to the injustice of the world government, of course. Interestingly enough, however, the more we learn about him and the people around him, unlike in many other stories where the real deal can't live up to the legend, in Roger's case, he kind of becomes even more impressive a person the more we learn about him. One of the strongest and most free-spirited characters in the story, not bound by anything or anyone. And of course, the more we learn about him, the more we see the parallels between him and Luffy.
この海で一番自由なやつが海賊王だ。
First of all, I think it's really interesting to see that the apparently unattainable goal that Luffy has at the beginning of the story, in other words, becoming Pirate King, has already been achieved by this other legendary character. In fact, all the things that come with this title that usually should be unique to the main character of the story have all been done before. Finding Laugh-Tale at the end of the Grand Line, learning the true history of the world, and discovering the biggest treasure out there. Literally from the get-go, we're being told that all of these things have already been achieved by some other dude 20 years ago. Kind of unexciting for Luffy to then just repeat what Roger has already done. However, when you really think about it, what this pretty much guarantees for us is that Luffy will in some shape or form overcome Roger and his legacy. In other words, he will do what even the first Pirate King himself could not do, which most likely is change the unjust world order.
新しい時代にかけてきた。
We actually know for a fact that while both Luffy and Roger share the same dream, this dream is not actually becoming Pirate King. That title didn't even exist before Roger in the first place. Rather, whatever this dream is, it will have something to do with the main theme of the story. Freedom! And while Roger managed to live a life of freedom with his crew, Luffy will be the one to bring it to everyone in whatever shape or form that will be. And that's why the parallels between them are so important. The same hat inherited from Roger, the same Will of D both carry in their name, the voices of all things, their inclusive and quirky crews, and even parts of their personality seem to match, as Luffy and Roger share a number of lines throughout the story as well.
イーストブルーにロジャー船長と同じことを言うガキがいたんだ。船長のあの言葉。
Hell, when you look at Luffy as an adult, he even looks like Roger a bit. At the same time, of course, they aren't the same person. As we have seen throughout the Odin flashback in Wano, for instance, while similar, yes, Luffy and Roger are still definitely different people. And Luffy certainly is the tuned up version of some of the traits that made Roger so special in the first place. And as we now know, Roger was waiting for someone like Luffy to appear. Most likely after abandoning his crew in anticipation of his death, he instructed his remaining crew to look for the one who could become the new Pirate King and finish what he couldn't.
きっと真実。誰かが生まれる。俺たちを超えていく。俺たちは早すぎたんだ。
Just think about it for a moment. Crocus and Rayleigh are both positioned suspiciously strategically at the entrances of both the Grand Line and the New World respectively, keeping an eye out for whoever enters. And when we meet both of them, they both go and make explicit comparisons between Roger and Luffy. And then of course there is Shanks, who surely didn't bet his arm on a little boy just on a whim. He is certain that Luffy will ring in a new age.
きっと返しに来い。立派な海賊になってな。約束だぞ。
So it's extremely likely, I think, that Roger entrusted him with his hat to find his successor and entrust that hat to him in return.
じゃあこの帽子を前に預ける。
And this is pretty much already the very first reason that Roger earned himself this ridiculous bounty of 5.5 billion berry. Being the only known person in the story so far to reach Laugh Tale and learn the real history, he possesses knowledge that the world government has actively tried to eradicate for centuries. And not in a nice, hey, let's all just not talk about it sort of way, but more as in, if you so much as try to learn just a little bit about the past, we will come with our magma psychopath and burn your whole damn island to the ground sort of way. As Rayleigh tells us, Roger and his crew learned about the true history, which, without any other factors involved, would probably already save him a top position on the bounty board.
ロジャー海賊団船長海賊王ゴールド・ロジャー55億6480万ベリー
I mean, just look at what happened to Robin when she was not even a teenager. But on top of that, Roger had both the intent to act upon that knowledge and the power to actually do so. I mean, the guy clashed with anyone who's known to be strong in the story. Garp, Whitebeard, Kaido, Shiki, Big Mom, Rox himself. What a goddamn monster. There are usually 3 ways to raise your bounty in the One Piece world. Be extremely strong, be extremely influential, or actively try to work against the established world order. Well, as you know, Roger did all 3 of these things quite successfully, I would say. And so it's no real surprise that the most legendary character in One Piece ended up with the most legendary bounty.
富名声しかかつてこの世の全てを手に入れた男海賊王ゴールドロジャー
Now, if this wasn't enough legendary old guy for you yet, I strongly recommend you watch this video on Rayleigh or this one on Garp
there we
next.
go.
Thanks for watching.
Oh, shoot. Didn't mean to accidentally repeated the video. Okay, so there we go. Wait. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I thought I had the mic turned off. Okay. Yeah, Goldie Roger, Pirate King himself, the one who inspired an entire generation of pirates. Again, it's no surprise that he has the highest bounty out of all of them. And yeah, probably one of the biggest reasons why the world government gave him such a high bounty, because he was dangerous in more ways than just one. Yeah, he was incredibly powerful. Again, he clashed with Whitebeard. He clashed with Big Mom, Kaido, Shiki. Oh yeah, there were their Captain Zebek. Granted, he was with Garp, but still, the fact that he was able to go up against them at all just tells you that this guy was insanely freaking strong. But if it was just strength, then I don't think that the world government would have deemed him to be as dangerous as they did by placing that high of a bounty, even higher than, Whitebeard. And yeah, to me, it's his influence. It's the fact that he can influence people so easily, which is something that Luffy has shown to be capable of doing throughout the series. Like, how many people has he gotten on his side? And now you've got the whole Straw Hat Pirate Alliance, and there's the raid going on in Onigashima. And if the raid succeeds and they manage to take down one of the 4 Yonkos, that being Kaido, who has this myth with him that, if it's one-on-one, always bet on Kaido. And if Luffy wins, which let's face it, he will, if word were to get out that he led a raid against the Kaido, King of the Beasts, and came out on top, dude, his bounty, which is already pretty high, is going to get even higher. I mean, it's insane. And if, a lot of people are saying that maybe Yamato is probably going to join Luffy and become a member of the Straw Hat Pirates. If that happens, if word were to get out that Kaido's child, who may not be as strong as Kaido himself, but still pretty up there, is a part of the Straw Hat crew now, dude, the world government would listen to realize that, look, this guy, we can't fuck around with this guy anymore. I mean, think about it. These guys are probably going to be more worried about him than they will with Blackbeard. And you saw what Blackbeard did in the Marineford War in front of everyone. That thing was televised. And he showed that he, unlike most people, has the abilities of can wield multiple Devil Fruit powers. He's got the strongest Logia, the Yami Yami no Mi, or the Dark Fruit, whichever you want to call it, and he's got the Tremor Fruit, or the Gura Gura no Mi. and those are probably the strongest Logia and the strongest Paramecia. And people still don't think, I still predict that people are not going to think that Blackbeard is as dangerous as Luffy, because while yes, Blackbeard may have the power, I feel like one thing that again makes Luffy more dangerous is his influence, how he can persuade people to be on his side, how he can endear people to him. I think that to me is what makes Luffy even more dangerous. So, I'm just going to end this video right here, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Remember to like the video, share the video, and of course, as always, if you have your own video you want me to react to, just let me know about it in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching and or listening. And of course, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. You helped me pass 400 subscribers, at least as of the recording of this video. I've passed 400 subscribers. By the time you're watching it, I probably will have gone past that mark. But either way, if you're watching this and you subscribed, seriously, I can't thank you enough. And if you've liked the video, if you've watched my videos, again, I can't thank you enough for the support. I hope to see you guys for the next reaction, and please remember to also stay safe and take care of yourselves. Bye for now.